What's going on again, YouTube? Alright, so in this video I have a couple of special guests that's going to be here with me today. It's going to be a couple of the I like to call them the OGs of YouTube. A couple of these OGs actually started out in YouTube really before YouTube kind of blew up, and I believe they started out in 2006, and you know, got to the point where he was contacted by the two guys that own YouTube to go and do the South Tube events, which he's a DJ, so he DJ'd for all those, and I can't remember exactly how many he went to, but I'm sure he'll be able to tell us that. They're here with me, and we're going to talk to them for a little bit, and just see how it used to be on YouTube, versus how it is today. I mean, a lot has changed, and they'll give us a little bit of history on how YouTube used to be, and how they got started and everything. So, without further ado, let's bring them in. Here they are, my special guests. A lot of you remember him as Seth38101, but as I said, his channel has changed. The name has changed to Andrew NRG.
But it still can be found Seth38101.
That's right.
It was changed because Google and Gmail.
Oh, Google.
But it's still Seth38101.
So you can just type in
Or as I always said, hey YouTube, it's Seth38101.
Look at it. He still looks the same, don't he?
Minus the black wig.
Hey y'all, it's Casey 1967.
It's April.
It's a Casey 1967, or probably more famously known as April.
Yes.
Who fell in the fountain.
Who fell in the fountain.
I'm the fountain girl.
You know what I always say, check the descriptions for that video.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. I'm going to have to leave a link to that video in the description for sure. And then this is
totally an accident.
I'm just Mark.
some of the original YouTube OGs, as we call it. So back
2000, Seth38101 started 2006.
2006.
When two guys still owned YouTube, and I met them in 2007.
Jeez.
At a YouTube gathering. Met the creators of YouTube. Rich. Yeah, but they don't even own the site anymore.
Yeah, but they're probably rich because they...
Well, yeah, they sold it to Google for millions of dollars.
Yeah. But, well, all right. Now, here's a question that I'm sure a lot of people want to know. If you don't mind saying, what is the most money you've made on one video back in the OG days? Like, what's the biggest amount of money you've made off of one video?
Because back then you had to go into Google Analytics to view that shit.
Feces.
Feces.
Anyways. And I don't remember, because back then they would invite you to be a YouTube partner. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be a YouTube partner. And they would cut you a check to do videos, and they required you to do a certain amount of videos.
Dang, I never got that far.
You know, but
I remember Zipster talking about that.
We're talking 2007, 2008 when the YouTube Partner Program came, because when I signed up in 2006, there was no such thing as YouTube Partner.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody made money
Jeez.
on YouTube. You just put videos up, and there was no advertisement. There was nothing. You just put a video up, and you had fun with it. But in the beginning of YouTube, what made you famous on YouTube is if you got, when you used to go to YouTube, you'd get the first thing you get on the website is a strip of videos right down the screen. The strip of videos was the typical April. The strip of videos was the featured videos.
Glad someone said it.
She hadn't changed a bit.
So anyways, if you wanted a break on YouTube, you was praying you made a video good enough where one of those two guys would put your video in the featured video, because then as soon as you go to youtube.com, you're on the front page.
Jeez.
And they would pick one every 2 days and feature your video. And so if you got that, you made it.
Well, now that
I think a lot of yours got that, because a lot of your videos got a ton of views.
There's one video that ended up on Fox News. I can't find it. Fox and Friends.
No.
It was something about to do with immigration or something like that. Another video ended up on a news station in Seattle, Washington, and they actually interviewed me over the phone about making YouTube videos.
Jeez.
So they placed it. I never get to see any of this, though. I can't find it anywhere, but it really happened. But the most money I saved, I mean, you gotta remember, this was...
Viewers are 20 years older now.
Or retired.
But back then, you're talking like, this was a big deal back then. So probably most money out of a single video is like 200
The
some
troll
bucks.
scared me.
But that was crazy. I'm like, I just made a single video and got $200 out of it.
My feelings
But
got hurt.
That was back then. We're talking.
So $200 was a lot then.
That's 11 years now because that was about the end of 2007.
$200.
So take $200.
I'll take $200.
Now another question that I know I've been watching some videos and other people floating around. Believe it or not, a lot of people.
What kind of liquid are they floating in?
Exactly.
Plasma.
It's plasma.
Liquid goo.
A lot of YouTubers do not know what SouthTube is because they don't do it no more.
Yeah.
So now you have YouTube gatherings.
You
Now
got
they had a big
VidCon.
one at Mustang Week a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
They had one up there in Boston at the APX, and you got all these YouTubers. Mostly those are all mostly the car guy YouTubers, but
You're sitting in the room with one of
Yeah.
the people who started that shit. We
I
started.
told you OGs. I wasn't lying.
What's an OG?
Original gangster.
Oh, thank you. I'm behind.
The first YouTube gathering was called 777. It took place on July 7th, 2007 in New York City. I was going to go, but couldn't. And they gathered outside, and they would say, "We're coming to you live from YouTube." Well, sorta. That's exactly what they're saying. But what they would do, because there was no such thing as live streaming then, unless you did Stickam. But but to bring live content to people on YouTube, you would make a video, and you run to a computer real fast and upload it as quick as possible, so it's as close to live as could be. Now you can actually go live. So that was the first one, and then we started SouthTube because it took place generally in the southern states. We ran that for 5 years. It was so
Jeez.
much fun. I did SouthTube and DJ'd that. We did it in Atlanta, ended up in Nashville, ended up in Chattanooga, back to Atlanta, and I missed the 5th year.
Yeah. That's a lot of SouthTube. That's a lot of YouTube gatherings.
First one was July 7th, 2007. It was called 777. At the time, everybody at the top of the YouTube list went there. And people don't know these names, but the big YouTubers then is Boheme, The Hill 88, Nultz, Ed Bassmaster, he's still going.
Yep.
There's
Just
more.
look at it.
SXC Phil, he's on there now, Philip DeFranco. Mystery Guitar Man, I mean, shit, we can go on and on. There was so many big
Zipster.
Remember him?
Zipster.
I remember Lemonette.
Lemonette.
Yeah. All these people were top of the list. They were. Smosh was always there. They were always top list.
What the Buck?
What the Buck? Yeah.
He's still
Forgot about
around.
him.
It's just Michael Buckley now, but he's still around.
Did he come to? No, I don't think.
I
he
can't
came
believe
to
Ed
He moved to
Bassmaster was there though. I have some content in my videos where I've quoted a few things from some of his videos.
I think he went to 777, and I think he came to SouthTube because he was wanting to hit all the YouTube. Because if you were big on YouTube, you wanted to show your face. Another thing, Justin Bieber showed up at SouthTube, but he was 13 and he wasn't famous yet. Came with his mother. You discovered him.
I did.
Yeah, and you shared his channel with me. He was so kid.
Oh, so you're to blame.
You sure was, yeah.
No, I'm
It's
sure
her
because
fault.
he played the guitar, he played the piano, he played the drums, he could sing. I'm like,
You
holy
sure
shit.
it was me? I didn't like that kid.
One-
I still don't like him.
100%.
You were probably
sure.
making fun of him.
Okay, that's it.
It's probably making fun of him.
Now everybody on there, all the Bieblers are going to be like, oh my God, I don't like her.
Well, I don't know if I have any Justin Bieber fans on
Oh,
my.
well, we're good
Probably
then.
not.
On my-
But see, at
on
the
my
time
channel.
he wasn't famous, and
I know.
and when I did the SouthTube videos since he was 13, I couldn't put him in my videos because I was a YouTube partner, and I had to everything that was in my videos I had permission to do.
Did you just fart?
No,
Excuse
Oh,
me.
there it is again.
You know what? That
Yeah.
might be Jed. He might be waking up. I keep him in the closet over there.
no Lord.
You got to keep him tied
Oh,
up.
God.
He's wild.
Nose
Yeah.
itching.
If you had any little piece of advice to give any new YouTubers, like our cousin Patrick, he has Pat's Vlogs, so he's new with it. I'm new with it, and a few other people that aren't very big.
I'm getting back into it.
She is getting back into it. He's getting back into it. Mark's going to be around. And so
Advice?
if you had any kind of advice to give the little guys like me, I'm 74 subscribers and you are almost 1,000 still.
I used to be 2,000,
So-
but then they went through a purge of
What-
inactive accounts.
What kind of advice would you give somebody like me, somebody like Patrick, and just all of us is starting out? Like, what would you
I
tell
would
us?
say first off, if you want, find a theme to the channel.
Niche,
something that you want to get into, or if you just want to vlog about your life. Be mindful of how you're operating the camera. Don't never shake it like crazy. People don't want to watch that. Hold steady. Don't shake your camera too much. Don't get sloppy with the shots. Find something that you want to share with people and make it interesting. But make sure the shots won't make somebody car sick. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I would say just
Moving
if you wanted to study how other people are doing, do that. But don't try to copy somebody. Do something that you want to do that you feel. Because if you keep that up, people become interested. Like when me and April used to do a bunch of stuff. People would
falling in the fountain.
Fall in a fountain. Make sure
Link
you
in
fall
this
in a fountain. Don't fall in a fountain. It was total accidental. Just
wait
saying.
to see that. But see, people when I posted Seth38101 in April, or it takes April, or something to do with April, people was like, oh, I gotta watch this because who knows what they're going to get into now. So you find something that people can get hooked to. So when you post it again, they're like, ooh, they can't wait to see it again. They start asking about it.
That's pretty awesome.
And nowadays, now that you have this, back then I had to use a website called Stickam. Now you don't have to do that. You can do it on YouTube.
Stickam, I remember that.
Yeah, hold a live chat and invite people to talk to you.
Yeah, network.
Yeah.
And then when you do that, make sure you share it on all your social media.
Have some OG stuff.
Stickam.
Yeah.
Oh, there were some crazy times in those chat rooms. I remember, I'd be here all night wanting to stories.
I remember.
Oh, there was some wild stuff.
It's been a while.
Well, how about you? If you had some sort of piece of advice to give somebody like me, like the little guys, what would you say? Because you're pretty famous. You kind of made a lot of these videos funny. So
don't delete your channel just because someone hurt your feelings. I had people make fun of my weight, people making fun of the way I talked, and after a while I was like,
deleted her channel.
I was like, forget this. Don't do that.
So the trolls.
Who cares? Right.
So the internet trolls, that's what they're calling them
That's
nowadays.
their thing.
So don't let the trolls bother
Don't just do
If
your
there's ever,
thing.
if there's,
trolls.
I'm gonna do it for therapeutic purposes and other things.
if there's ever a negative comment, you
Ignore
as your own channel creator, don't respond to it. Never respond to it.
Because it just
no matter
feeds
how
them.
hateful it is. And
That's what they want. They want to be fed.
I never responded to hateful comments.
And one thing I have learned, if you do have a negative comment, the best way to respond to that comment is obviously not physically comment, but make another video even better than the one that they commented on.
Yeah.
And just keep on going. That's like I've been told, it's like fuel for the fire.
Yep.
If they hate what you're doing something right.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, I see that now.
And they know that. I have learned that. And I know people that's even, I guess, I don't know, further down than me or whatever. I'm not really up yet, but, that's definitely something we all deal with is trolls. And you'll have it everywhere you go. Anything you do, post it on Facebook. That's a tape measure. Hold on. Yes, I was saying, put the glass.
And to make you really excited about something, if this even matters to like you or anybody out there, typical. Everybody's doing that.
See, this is why they need to be here more often.
Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. You look like the guy from the Grateful, not the Grateful Dead,
Wow.
Walking Dead.
Go ahead and shake your hand there. Whoa.
That's actually from Star Wars. That's that real. I can't remember his
Threw
name.
down on his back, poor guy.
Apparently, that guy's like really, really awesome or something. But he was. I bought him to be a driver in my RC truck.
Well, now he's
he was
whipping.
too short. Oh.
He's
Look,
whipping
on guard.
Now he'll nay.
On guard. On guard.
Woo!
Anyway, I was saying, if you want to get excited about something, let's say you're interested in having a gathering or meeting up at a gathering. When I used to do it, we're in Petersburg now, but I now live in Pennsylvania.
We hate Petersburg. Oh, I hate
So-
up here.
We hate Pennsylvania
What
too.
it's nice is when you jump in your vehicle in your town and you drive all the way, for example, I drove all the way to Atlanta, Georgia. When I pulled up in front of the conference center where we had our gathering, there were people who not only recognized my Jeep, but I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and getting out, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, Andrew!" And they're coming up to me by name, and they're recording me getting out. You feel like a fucking celebrity. Excuse my language. You feel like a celebrity, and it makes you feel good. And then people actually ask you to sign their shirts, because I signed a bunch of shirts, and people signed my shirt, and it's fun. We come home with YouTube shirts full of signatures and never wore
It's a
them.
little mini fridge.
Really?
And you don't gotta be all fancy. All I got is a camera phone
Hey, look. Well,
to make my videos on.
I wish I had a. Oh goodness. Here we go. Hold on.
I mean, if you want to get fancy and you got the stuff to get fancy with, that's awesome. See?
Oh.
He's got a toy.
Well, the first one I started was the Hero 5 Black,
But that would hurt.
but it
crack somebody.
malfunctioned
We're
really
looking for
bad.
something here to show how I had to
Right.
make videos when I was on YouTube and at first.
Well,
The
I was,
elephant trunk?
They don't have sticks and rocks.
I was
in
gonna
here.
say
no, there's nothing.
I remember this guy with an old a curtain rod bent up with duct tape, had something attached to it where he had his camera on it.
What are you, MacGyver?
That was the original selfie stick creator right there. And you remember that? And you had your mic set up in your room.
And
right
it
there.
looked like an elephant trunk.
Like the
I
light
said,
hanging from the ceiling to record the audio.
Like I said, he's been a DJ as long as he's been able to talk. Trust me, I grew up with him. I know this. He had, again, another closet rod and I believe a coat hanger rigged up where it come out here like this and come down and went like this. Had his mic on it and was like, what in the world is going on in here? He's got all this stuff rigged up in his room. He had a heck of a studio going on.
And then
It was so, but it worked.
Holy
and then
cow.
back then when we made YouTube videos, we get run out of places because I had the big old, they were small then to us, but they were the big Sony Handycams recording on digital tape, and I had to go back and replay the whole tape into the computer. It was so long. Now you just do it all and it's all digital.
Yep.
So anyways, these are my original OGs that I wanted to bring onto the channel, and because I know I've mentioned his channel a few times and a few other of my older videos and stuff like that. So,
I got a couple.
but they're here in town, and I wanted to get them here and get them in technically his old studio, because he used to have this apartment or one exactly like it, and he had this room was his studio at one time. So it's kind of cool.
Did I make any videos in that room?
I can't remember.
I think,
But it would be totally cool if he did, because I would link that as well, so you could see him and some of his older videos basically in this exact same room. But now here I'm the younger brother doing the same thing in the same room. So I think that's kind of cool. What's going on here?
I'm hung up on something. That sucker got a hold of my shoe.
Did your butt get stuck?
My foot got stuck in that.
Good job. Oh my god.
This chair goes all the way up here.
Poconos.
Poconos.
Okay.
Poconos. I live in the Poconos. Poconos. Poconos.
But anyway, so I don't want to hold them up. They have a 5-hour trip ahead of them to go back home.
As long as this doesn't attack me again,
You're good.
He may have to take his chair with him. So,
it's stuck to my. I got up and it's stuck. I'm like, why is this thing stuck? Because my shoe. This thing is light. So when I got up, the shoe lifted up next to it. The chair's way the hell up here.
you guys want to have a shout out to anybody that's probably watching, that some of your old viewers and things like
I
that?
doubt anybody remembers me. But hi.
They're all going to remember you. So everybody remembers April. Then you got Seth38101.
I'll have to make a new video and link this video.
Yes, you will. Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is Mark. Mark is the new guy, but he's
All right.
awesome, and you're going to see a lot of content with him too. So. He's done got Jed's guitar. Everybody knows Jed's guitar.
Let me see if I can play it. Let's see what happens.
See here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god.
Nope, it doesn't work right for me.
Not for you. I'm broken.
I don't know how he gets a note out of that, but that was bad.
God.
See, only rock and roll Jed can play rock and roll Jed's
Yeah, I
guitar.
can't. That's.
I'm broken.
I want to thank everybody for watching this video, and thanks for welcoming our guests of honors here.
Peace.
Peace.
That was
Deuces.
my, yep.
If you like this video, what do we all do? Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, like, and
Maybe get. That's
and what
right.
does do these
Like and
days?
subscribe.
Click the bell for the
Tap the
click
notifications.
the
bell for
bell.
notifications.
That's
See,
right.
they didn't have that when I was making regular videos.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yes.
That's
It
right.
wasn't a YouTube app then.
Oh my god.
You had to get on the computer.
Yeah, you're dating yourself.
Oh, jeez.
Let me remember.
But
We was there when the site started.
so anyway, so we will see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, jeez.